If Glenn were here, he would baa like a sheep or something. Welcome back, everybody, to another KFR movie review. This time, sans Glenn. Glenn could not make it to the movie this time, so I am doing this by myself. Today, I am reviewing Lamb, written by Sjón. Just Sjón. I'm assuming that's like an Icelandic share or something. And Valdimar Jóhannsson, directed by Valdimar Jóhannsson, starring Noomi Rapace. Just full disclosure here, these Icelandic names, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm probably still going to butcher them, so if you're from Iceland, I apologize ahead of time. Hilmar Snær Guðnason, Bjorn Hilner Haraldsson, Ingvar Sigurðsson. But Lamb has been heralded by several critics as A24's weirdest movie yet. Now, the real question is that true? In my opinion, no, it's not. It is weird. It is certainly weird and creepy. But it's, in a way, it's kind of touching as well. And this might just be because I am a new parent. The whole familiar aspect of it with the grieving husband and wife who kind of take in this half lamb, half human hybrid. I found that kind of touching. You know, weird? Fuck yeah. It's fucking weird. But I've seen weirder things, especially from A24. So when you kind of seek out weird movies and like weird movies, a family adopting a half sheep, half human hybrid, really not that weird. But this is a film that is purely atmospheric. The story itself, there's not much to it. It's, Icelandic farmers who are grieving the loss of a child find the opportunity to become parents again with a half human, half sheep hybrid, and just kind of them living with it. It's there's not much to the plot. It's a very bare bones plot, but atmospheric wise, this is a beautiful film. It's got beautiful cinematography. Of course, when you're shooting in Iceland, that's very hard to get bad cinematography. Great performances by Noomi Rapace. Hilmar, I'm going to say his name is? Hilmer. I'm not going to pronounce the rest of his name. And even Bjorn. Bjorn is pretty good in it too. There's not much of a horror element to it. I know this was kind of ticketed as a horror, but I would say it's more of a dramatic film. Nothing really about it is scary. There are terrifying elements, especially in the beginning, opening with like a POV shot and you just hear breathing. But for the most part, it is just kind of like a weird family dynamic. And just kind of going through that. There's not too much scary. There's definitely some unease thrown throughout and done very well. But it's not really a scary movie. So if you're expecting a scary movie, you're not going to get it. So, go in with open expectations. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the most part. I feel like it's an unfinished film. Not in the fact that, like, parts of it feel unfinished. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. But it could really use an epilogue, and I won't get into it more than that. It's that lamb human hybrid is so fucking adorable, so adorable. It's got the face of a lamb, head of a lamb, but the mannerisms of a non-stubborn shit-faced child. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean. The worst kind of kid. It's the adorable kind of kid. You find yourself like just enjoying the family aspect of that film. Yeah, it's not as weird as I was hoping it would be. I can't get into it too much without there being spoilers, and I don't have enough spoilers to make a whole entire spoiler segment. So, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to do a spoiler segment. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Did the man fuck a sheep? No. No, he did not. It is a demon-like sheep hybrid human man that fucks a sheep in the beginning. So that is the only weird aspect about it. Other than that, it's a perfectly fine family drama. The only weird thing is the weird sheep thing. So I guess it's a big part of the plot, but it's not the weird that I was going for. I was trying to think of like what's a good weird movie? Like, I mean, granted, after you've seen Pink Flamingos,
Eggs! Eggs! Eggs!
nothing is really weird. So maybe I'm just desensitized, but it's a purely atmospheric film. You know, if you're going expecting a lot more than that, you're not going to come out pleased. I think, as I said before, it's an unfinished film. It kind of just ends with the sheep man that fucked the sheep in the beginning, killing the human dad. I already said spoilers, so if you're here, this is your own fault. And then it really feels like the sheep kid goes with the sheep demon thing, and then it kind of just ends. And normally I'm okay with endings that are very open-ended, but I feel like the journey was not over there. I feel like it could have gone on maybe another 10 minutes. This isn't a super long, it's an hour 40 minutes, I want to say. So it's not a super long movie to begin with. So they could have added a little bit more. And you've already like dragged us along this ride here. And to end it like that kind of felt like, you know, I don't want to say pretentious, but it was just, there's a good open-ended ending and a bad open-ended ending. This was kind of in the middle, leaning towards bad, where I feel like more could have been shown and said. But despite all that, it's got great performances. It's a interesting movie to watch. It's going to keep your attention. Beautiful cinematography. Iceland, of course, great landscape there. And it's not the best A24 film. It's not the worst A24 film. Spring Breakers, you motherfucker. But it's not great. I'm not wowed by it. I am not wowed by this film. And because of that, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Still a solid film, but I feel like they could have done more with it. And I wish they did, because it was a really interesting concept that just didn't feel fleshed out enough. So yeah, Glenn Jamin, if you watch this movie, I need to know your thoughts. So make a video if you want. Or not. It's up to you. Smooches.